Hey guys, welcome to our daily AMA. Please leave a comment if you're on a desktop, probably on the right-hand side of your screen. Got 9 people. Hello, welcome back. For those of you that don't know, I'm Sam at AVEX for Life on user ready to pump this on all major platforms. We're just waiting on a few things, but today the focus of the conversation is going to be a continuation of what it was yesterday, and it's FUD, it's fear, it's uncertainty, it's doubt, and that's the goal of the message today. It's for me to convince you why not to invest in AVEX. So you know, I'm gonna be grilling Vons again. He was tired today because he was working all night long, but we're gonna give us the answers that we need to the questions we want to ask. So I'll give you guys a few more seconds to invite a few more. But without further ado, let's introduce our CEO and co-founder, Mr. Rogelio Vons Santos.
Where's my music? All right, here we go. Let's rock in here. Greetings all. Okay, that's my. Can you move on? There we go.
Yeah. So is chat enabled? Because are you able to see the chat there? Okay, wonderful. Audio is awesome. Yahia. He is actually the one who won inviting most people yesterday. So congratulations.
Okay, 100 AVEX. What?
Sending over your way. All right, got you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Awesome. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and let's get the conversation started. Yahia, if you want to go ahead and invite a few more people to this conversation again today, that would be really cool. This is an AMA, so all 11 of you that are in right now, we appreciate the thumbs up. But if you have questions, please ask, even if they're difficult questions, even if you're team members, non-team members, that have been with us for a while, or just open and to answer whatever it is that you guys have. But again, the focus of today's AMA is going to be asking questions, and really not just asking, but grilling the big strong CEO on some of the questions that some of us in the community have, because I, like some of you, am really I'm new to this. You know, I'm new to Evolve. I've been around for a few months now. I was doing marketing for a ton of different token projects. I've been doing marketing for token projects since 2017. So I've seen a lot, and this was the first one that I'd actually joined full time. So because it's not just a project. Actually, let me not be positive, because that's not my job today. I'm the fudder in chief today. My job is to bring about fear, uncertainty, and doubt to all of you that have yet to invest, and all of you that have already invested. This is my job today. So, Vons, are you ready for me to give you help?
I do. So, Yanis, thank you for recognizing the shirt. God is good. You actually notice this is the shirt that I wore at our promotional video with Little Pump and Blueface, and we were at the event, and so we have a whole bunch of these shirts because God is good.
Awesome. So I'm just gonna get right to it. This is a part 2 of yesterday. I feel like you kind of just backed out at the end of
Ouch.
sort of that
Oh.
conversation. So
Butters.
really, no, this isn't funny.
Okay.
So what you need to know is that, or at least what I found out about you, is that you have an extensive history, working in a number of different industries, right?
Yeah.
Most recently, biotech.
Yes.
In the biotech space, you are the co-founder and CEO of Amylyx. You have patents registered to your name,
Mhm.
all of that. That's really cool. Scientist, all that.
Yes.
From my understanding, you have a biotech company called Amylyx that has a treatment called BetaClear
Correct.
that's supposed to remove the protein beta amyloids from the blood. It's supposed to be a treatment for Alzheimer's and dementia, correct?
Yes, that's target.
Okay, cool. So if you've got all that going on,
Mhm.
and you've got these projections and you've had these audits done, and it's supposed to be a pretty successful, I think you said, it's up there. It's $500 million to $1 billion, something like that. It's going to do that. Why the hell are you doing crypto right now? If you're going to be Mr. Rich Guy, because you've spent 10 plus years in biotech, why are you doing this?
Well,
Because it's confusing. I'm wanting to know where the rug pull is.
Okay, so where the rug pull is nowhere to be found, because there is no rug pull. Okay, so
Yeah, okay. I'll be the judge
hope
of
you're
that.
wearing a jock strap boss. Thank you, Don. I am not, so I am a little nervous with this kick here.
Yeah.
No. So here's how it goes. That the illusion or the common myth in the biotech space, or just in general from the population, is that if you build it, they will come. If you have a cure for this, or if you have an amazing technology for that, overnight money comes to the table, right?
Okay.
And so we've spent millions of dollars. We are fairly successful in our own right in terms of how we've attracted investors.
This is Amylyx.
This is for Amylyx, yes, for
Okay.
Amylyx.
Just making that clear.
Yeah, so for Amylyx, we spent the last 10 years, and before that, let's keep in mind, it was heavy NIH grant funded. It was funded by a lot of sources in the United States in terms of the research.
National Institutes of Health, you're saying
The
they
National
were,
Institute of Health.
okay,
So
government organization.
some millions fueled into the initial research, millions fueled in towards the commercialization and all that work over the last 10 years.
You have receipts for this?
Yes, I have received.
I'm just saying. I have questions. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
I'm a skeptic. I'm the
we have
flutter in
receipts.
chief.
You may have met one of our big investors today. So
Okay.
as a matter of fact,
Alright.
yes, these are very real people, right?
Okay.
So to accomplish, the thing that you said, scientists and stuff like that, it's a fairly big deal, right? You actually have a lot of things that are needed for that. Now you talk about crypto. Well, the reality is we actually had my background is technology. So before the biotech space, at a very young age, I was already writing software. I was actually in fintech. I was actually the chief systems architect for GM, and I was writing
General
software
Motors.
for General Motors. General Motors, I was actually writing the bond securitization platforms for Wall Street for their products. So internationally, between France, Japan, and the U.S. markets, you have these financial products, and you need somebody to write that software, right, to actually
Okay.
manage those things.
Right.
So those bonds, those issuances, I was with Automation Design back in 1999. 1999, I was 19 years old. So I was that guy at a very young age working on those things. During the biotech days, which is the last 10 years of my life, right? Bitcoin, crypto was emerging. It was amazing. So one of the cool things that we did was we actually were involved in developing a multi-exchange arbitrage platform by.
Okay. What does that mean? Because you keep mentioning that. What does that mean?
Oh,
In
it's simple.
terms.
It's simple. Let's say Bitcoin is $20,000 on one exchange.
Okay.
And-
Give me a name of it. Coinbase.
Let's say Coinbase, for example.
It's
Okay.
$20,000 on
And in
Coinbase.
Korea, let's say Bithumb or something, it's at 20,500.
Okay.
We would buy on one exchange at 20,000, sell at 20,500 in Korea, and take a $500 profit
So you built some sort of program that does that?
automatically. Yeah.
automatically.
Yes. So we did that back in. So we did that to actually help fuel, because
You see- You're confusing me more. It's like, why are you doing that if that's making money? And then you just hop into, okay, I want to create my own token and a platform that sells.
yeah.
Like, what's this
No.
about?
To understand the link between what we're doing today, our expertise in actually developing these token models, the technology in itself, it was actually born out of a need. It was born out of a need where, Amylyx took a very different route, and you'll understand that the AVOL message regarding the big bad industry out there we were actually very pure. Many people will ask, how were we able to actually get a product from conceptualization to molecular study down to FDA commercial approval without venture capital funding? Okay, so that included the support of investors, but that also included us developing our own fintech company on the side to actually create a crypto-based transactional financing system, right? And so
what's the fintech company on the side?
That's our machine. Yes. So anyway, that's
your machine. What does that mean? I just want clarity, because you say a lot of big words and I just don't get it sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need where's my pictures? I need a paper and a pen to draw pictures again.
Yeah, what's the
the arbitrage platform.
The arbitrage platform.
The one that's
Are you talking about the thing that trades from one exchange to another to make the difference?
Yeah, but imagine that machine has hundreds of exchanges. And it's complicated at all different prices and all.
So you use that to make money to fund biotech companies.
Aside from the investors, we developed. Yeah, we use that money to fund things like patents.
That's badass. Really
yes. And why? Why? Because it was emerging. It was there, right? And so that's a good thing. The good thing about it is that as crypto was emerging, what did we see? I started noticing that we're raising money for life-saving treatments, okay? Life treatments, and we're developing all this technology, and I'm watching all these things like crypto kitties, make more money than God, all right? And so I realized I need what we're doing in terms of medicine, changing that. So let's put it this way: when the commercialization took place for Amylyx, for BetaClear, I had a very simple task. I had to go ahead and raise $50 million to put up a hospital for the clinics, to actually commercialize it and bring it to use.
Mm-hmm.
But I was met with resistance. See, this is where the reality. There is the science of pharma, then there's the business of pharma. The business of pharma tells you there's a reality to be hit. All of a sudden, the same people that you would expect to say, "Oh my God, you have this already. Oh my God, this is great." They're saying, yeah, you're probably going to be competing with this other product. You might not be in our best interest right now. Or they're just ignoring bet, like, I don't know, a new version of Viagra.
Okay. I got you. So you didn't get the money that you needed to go ahead and build out.
We had a lot of supporters still. But what happened was, the breaking point was while we were in the middle of that, I did a TED Talk. And in this TED Talk, there was we did a conversation about Alzheimer's and diabetes, the link between the two. We talked about research, announced our product with this TED Talk. And what ended up happening with that TED Talk, and that's the one right there.
What's this TED Talk?
A new weapon in the war against Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So during that time,
I just want to make sure that you're not just making stuff up.
Yes, it's real. Yes. So,
all right, there you go, guys. I just left a comment with the link. So in case you guys want to look it up, I'm going to look it up too to make sure that this guy isn't playing us. Right. Got you.
Did it actually appear?
I sent it, so
I don't see it.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
It's all good. It probably popped up, but go ahead.
I don't see it. All right. So anyway, what was I saying? We had a YouTube thing that you just said.
The TED Talk.
We had a TED Talk. But the TED Talk we passed around, and it got picked up by this one group. And next thing you know, we had thousands of emails just asking us, "Oh, where is this available? Where can we get it? Where can we get it?"
Right.
Luke G. Thank you for asking about that. I'll address that after this. Very good. So the TED Talk happened. We had a lot of responses. And then that's when I realized, oh my God, we don't have, why should I go around literally about to give half my company away, have all this work that we have just so we can go into distribution after everybody took all this risk when the patients themselves are reaching out and saying, we want this now. And so the very first step we said was, okay, what if we can actually get them to reserve the treatment itself?
Okay.
And we wouldn't have to go ahead and ask for $50 million. There's $70 million sitting in my inbox. And so we did that. We started running the idea of actually going to the communities and saying, hey, what if we did a reservation? In that process of inquiring the community, other biotech CEOs started noticing. And they said, we can do this too for our product. And so at that moment, the very simple concept of us looking for our own capital, et cetera, the story that I had was shared by many other biotech CEOs. It's not just me. There were companies and technologies that are so amazing, and I'm wondering, why are they stuck as well? Because there's a line, it's a really long line. And not only is there a line, there's only a few gatekeepers. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean,
I feel like you're.
I got it.
You're not feeling this.
No, I get it. It's just sometimes you talk for a while, and then in my mind, I'm wondering if you're tricking me. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
yes.
like that's really what it is. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but that's just how I feel. So you're going blockchain because you found that as a more, I guess it's just a better route for your company and companies like you to get the funding that they need, but it's not really funding, it's sales that kind of act as funding to bring them to market.
No, at first we didn't need a blockchain because all we needed to have was a standard pre-sales e-commerce site.
Okay, well, why didn't you just do that? Why are you doing this whole token thing?
Because we're dealing with patients.
Wasting my time.
Because we're dealing with patients that can die.
Okay.
We're dealing with patients that can die.
I don't understand. With
don't
all due
understand that?
respect, I don't
Yes.
understand what that means.
That means is when you deal with
Right.
Alzheimer's, you deal with diseases that are terminal. Which means if I told you that,
I got you. I think we're missing each other. I'm saying you said you could just set up a standard like sort of
Let me
pre-sale
finish my
store.
sentence.
What? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my point is, what happens is if the patients are become those that are reserving these treatments,
Okay.
okay? We know that obviously the facility isn't up right away, right? There's a period of time, you have to wait. So in that process, we knew that people could actually, could pass on, right?
Okay.
And so life happens. So the idea of blockchain that was so intriguing was that by simply wrapping the structure, right now, if you buy a hotel room online and you don't need that hotel room, it's very difficult for you to go ahead and say, hey guys, I don't want my hotel room. I want to go and do something else that day, right? So same thing for medical reservation, especially an expensive one, especially something that's cost thousands of dollars, right? So the idea of the blockchain was simple. We leveraged the technology at first to create one simple concept. I want to be able to transfer my reservation to somebody else in case I don't need it anymore.
So that's why you went blockchain.
That was the very first reason,
Okay.
right?
Can you just give me like bullet points of other reasons?
As soon as we went down that route, we discovered we could solve a whole bunch of legal issues. Normally, it would be very difficult.
Is it because it's unregulated?
No, it's because it's transparent. It's the opposite. The very nature of the auditability of blockchain by third party allows countries to take a look at our transactions, look at the escrows, look at the financials that are happening against these treatments, and literally say, oh, they can, the patient is protected, there's refundability, there's all these features that we don't actually have to constantly audit for every country. It's right there in the chain.
Okay, just follow-up question. That's cool. But why, okay, if you're going to make all this money
Can I say
launching
something?
your own.
Your fun personality is kind of a prick.
Don't touch me. You're a biotech CEO, okay?
Yes.
No. My question.
I'm looking at that.
You're a biotech CEO.
Yes.
You're about to launch a company
Yes.
that's going to make a lot of money,
Yes.
okay? So you're going to be well off as a result, even better than however you are now.
Sure, that's nice.
Why are you doing this whole blockchain thing with Evolve and all that? Is it more money play? Is it what?
Look,
I don't get why you're adding more work to something.
The fundamental of Evolve solved the problem that I experienced firsthand. Our entire company watched it firsthand.
So,
But that was the first reason.
okay. So
Go ahead.
So are you going to launch your company on the Evolve platform?
It'll be one of many, yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
It will definitely be one of many.
So
In fact,
that money that's going to be generated by your biotech company, you're saying right now to me and to these people
putting it through the
that
chain.
it's going to run through Evolve and that token.
And in fact, that's one of the reasons why I know that we will succeed, because we're not a blockchain solution looking for a company to adopt it.
Okay.
We are our own first utility, right? But on top of all that, there's so many other companies. And if you're asking why we did it this way, at first,
Yeah.
was it?
I don't know. You got a defender.
Okay.
I'm not listening to that though.
No defenders?
No defenders today.
Okay.
You're getting grilled. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, if you love technology, puts us in a very unique position to actually say we could actually literally claim that we know exactly what we have to do to this process. Okay, because that, by the way, that investment in time, that's not an investment in time that you can get from reading what the process looks like. No, that's a decade worth of experience.
Okay, so I have a question as well. What happened to the Floyd versus Logan fight sponsorship
Yes.
or whatever? Because that's when I first got introduced to you guys,
Yes.
and
Floyd,
I was
Logan.
excited. I was excited about that. I thought I was gonna have seats and stuff, and that's really why I joined in the beginning. But it appears to not have taken place. Instead, there was another token, Ethereum Max, other stuff.
It definitely took place between their world.
For sure.
And in fairness, between Floyd and Mayweather, if we actually ended up being the ones to run that project with them, it would have been much better than how it turned out. That's for sure, Floyd. And so I'm sure people have seen the videos where we have Floyd and Logan, and we had Floyd Mayweather actually shouting us out. Unfortunately, there is the business component to all that, and not everything pans out as we wanted. But in fairness, we have far better things down the pipe, and sometimes it's not a match. Yes.
Okay, so business deals fell through. That's just what you're saying.
That's as simple as that.
All right, man. I don't even know your details. Cool.
Thank you, Cowan. Yes.
Me
You should let me finish my answer.
No, Patrick. No, Patrick. He deserves to be grilled. Yahia asked a question. How would the treatments get distributed to patients? Would the biotech company that listed the treatment deal with distribution?
So the answer is at the end of the day, yes, because it's their responsibility. We provide the marketing, we provide the transaction and the financials. So really, the health, it's really sales, right? So if we provide the pre-sales, then we've accomplished the most important part of distribution. In terms of the logistics, obviously we can have, there's always partners we can pair them up with, but we're not functioning like an incubation model as well. Will Evolve graduate into assisting in distribution? Probably. Right, but in terms of right now, each company has the capacity and the model to actually, whether it's to ship the product, whether it's a location, whether it's really, it's really three different areas, right? It's either a pill or a product that you have to ingest, which you can ship, right? It's either a treatment that you have to go to, right? Or it's a diagnostic where you can actually need a testing kit or a sample.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's cool. My next question is in regard to, I see, so to be clear, the consumer is basically buying direct from the biotech company, and Evolve is the market correct?
Correct, Yahya. That is, let's say that one more time. I see. So to be clear, the consumer is basically buying direct from the biotech company, and Evolve is the marketplace. That is correct. We are providing the blockchain wrapper, you could say, but for the consumer, it's awareness. It's a bunch of features which protects them.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess this is one of the questions that I did have. So, like, what's up with the token marketing? Do you guys have an actual play that's coming that involves influencers or the different social media sites? I mean, I don't know if you're aware, there are things called, Instagram, Snapchat,
What is that?
Reddit.
Can I say this?
You're probably just on Facebook and MySpace, right?
I'm just gonna say this, okay? Now I'm 41. All right, I'm 41 years old. Now, not only a few years ago, I was his age, okay? So in fairness, Instagram, Twitter, and all those kind of things, I mean, all I know is this. When I was your age, I was definitely cooler than him. To be measured by my followers and my likes, yes, we have our own. I know me personally, I wish I have maybe a few followers on these platforms. But in terms of growth, I will say one of the things that we've done is that we've taken on a much more creative and younger generation to help lead that space, and they can actually detail on that whole marketing plan.
So, do you have a marketing strategy that's going to be deployed sooner than later?
Absolutely.
And what are you waiting for?
We're actually just
boardings onto, I don't know, some grand plan to reach out to influencers and to.
Oh no, we're already reaching out to influencers, as you know. So
I don't know.
You're the fodder. You're the fodder character.
Not. This is not a character. I have issues with you guys. Answers.
Okay, Sam. So,
seriously,
so
because there's a lot. My pockets.
I want my exactly what the plan is. So, what is our execution plan?
Yeah, I mean, you should get him on at some point. So, next question. But people can definitely message him on Telegram at Avex for Life, and he'll give a nice comprehensive answer
Is that
with a better idea of a timeline. Yeah.
I thought it was Biovex.
At what? Or what are you talking about?
Close the token. How does the biotech? Very good, Free Willy.
Many biotechs, and you say the revenue flows through the token.
Yes.
How does the biotech get the fiat? And the biotech could be from many countries.
That's correct.
Will Evolve be a company in each country?
Yes, very good. So this is actually detailed in our white paper. There's a diagram for this that gives you a high-level understanding of the flows. So may I answer this question?
Yeah, with all due respect, like I'd like a more succinct answer because that white paper is like 40 pages, and I'm not trying to read it for the 5th time. Okay.
Yeah. Listen. There are some papers that are not up to par that are easy for everyone to digest. So there is a certain level of understanding you need to have. So to answer Free Willy's question there, one more time. If you list through the token, how does the biotech get the fiat? And as the biotech could be from many countries, will Evolve be a company in each country? So this is how it works.
2-part question. We need answers.
So weird. All right. So the way it works is that when tokens are purchased, are used to purchase the actual reservation, the many patients will not be using obviously tokens directly. They'll be using credit card. They'll be using maybe Bitcoin if they're fancy,
Sure.
Or directly. But most importantly, the actual fiat component is actually locked into an escrow on the Biosphere's platform side. That business operation. The actual token itself becomes locked to the reservation. Now, let's say, for example, a company needs $20 million to go ahead and do its first year of manufacturing and distribution. They've already gotten their clearances, their FDA stuff, etc. So what ends up happening is we do a pre-sale for approximately 100 million. So we obviously know that these companies they have a market that can sustain a particular size based on what they actually need to launch that product. So in this example, we'll call it company X needs $100 million, can sell up to $100 million the first year, but 20% of that, $20 million is what they actually need. Well, that 20% number is very important because what we end up doing is we end up creating we actually have a lending and a financial lending model in the back end, which actually lends 20% based on the revenues generated for them to execute their plan. Now, in multiple countries, what's awesome about that is that we have partners that are actually pretty international on the finance level. So let's say if the company's coming out of Europe. Well, we have European lenders that are actually willing to go ahead and lend to the biotech companies based on the cash that we hold for them as collateral. So What does that mean? That means if the company fails, okay, you have a lending company that actually is your intermediary that can enforce the legal component, right? You have a pool of cash which has a 20% collateral against this actual lender in this actual event. But most importantly, that 80% plus there's some financial gymnastics that we do in terms of treasury management and crypto trading and all that kind of stuff that increases that pool.
All legal?
All legal, on the bar.
All right.
This is why we will ensure all patients 100% refundability. Okay, so in terms of the revenue flows through the token, it's actually more of a financial mechanism, right? So that gives you an idea of how we don't give the full $100 million to the biotech companies. They give a percentage, and there's a layer, and then there's also a financial treasury management model, which allows them to actually recover the entire amount in the event we have to say this project didn't go through. We've just turned the patients into an investor. All goes well, they get what they need. All goes wrong, they get what they put in. Okay. Now let's talk. The last part of that question is, will AVA be a company in each country? So, like I said there, from the financial side, it's actually very easy for us to create a bunch of lending arms, etc. The reason why it's important to work with local lending arms and financial institutions, one, it'll be easy for them to work with us because we have the financial asset to back that transaction. But most importantly, in case something goes wrong, they can enforce in each country.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Very good.
Yeah, I just got a few more questions, man. Actually, I got a whole lot more, but
we're already at 34 minutes.
Okay, well, can I ask one more question? Is that cool?
Sure, bro. What you got?
You know what? I'll wait for the next AMA. I'll let one of you guys. Does anybody have a question that you wanna ask him, and then I'll rephrase it in sort of like an attitude-filled way.
Thank you, Jay Smiley. Thank you, Jay Smiley. I plan on putting millions behind this. Please. This is actually, to me, it's and to many of us here that work on this project, this is beyond the project. It's a mission, right? And so, the work that we do here, it will impact millions. So you put millions, we save millions.
That's awesome. And for me and some of my friends, it's a money play. So we just want to make sure that our investment does incredibly well with you guys over the course of the next 6, 7, 8 months. Okay.
Who killed JFK?
So,
that's actually the best question. Very good.
Yes. So a few of those groups have already begun talking to their people. If you go ahead and you look up the Asset Benders group on Telegram, you will see that they've been ready investors that are ready to get into AVEX, and you can see them hyping it up. They haven't mentioned the name just yet, but they have.
You just did right now. Oh, okay.
Well, it's okay. These are our people.
Yeah, go peek into the group, but don't next. Okay.
Just go peek into the group. Don't mention AVEX. He's gonna drop the name soon. I don't know if he's still planning to do it tonight, but he was gonna be the first of a number of them that are going to get in. We have on the back end had, actually, I don't think I should talk about that just yet. I'm in the group, The Hype is Building.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yes,
go check it out.
yes,
It's
yes.
called the Asset Vendors group on Telegram. The entire group is kind of frothing at the mouth,
Don't mention
getting
the name.
ready for their leader to kind of mention what it is. There's 2,000 people in there, already investors. They move tokens, they move markets, and these
Okay.
are people that are actually longer term holders, as opposed to people that just come into tokens and then just pump it up and then dump it, which is entirely what we're trying to make sure doesn't happen. Okay. So tomorrow, I am going to go ahead.
Well, tomorrow I want to address the truth's question. We will reveal who killed JFK. Okay. So.
Tomorrow, I am going to address major exchange listings, the ERC20 versus the BP20 token. More questions about the actual wallet distribution, and really what's going on there. 1.21 billion tokens, but there's only a certain amount that are actually been dropped onto. There's a certain amount that's actually been released into PancakeSwap and into other places. I just got questions about that, as well as the Swiss ISIN. We keep hearing about, Swiss and banks and whatever big guys that you that you allegedly say that and that you're involved with. And so I'm going to question that, because
Next time,
I want to know.
I'm stopping photos.
I want to know, Patrick wants to know, everybody in there wants to know if you guys are who you say you are. So, hopefully,
I'm here for all y'all.
hopefully I was able to produce the proper necessary amount of fear, uncertainty, and doubt amongst you all today. I think that he did okay in representing the company and then answering questions, but I mean, we still have more to go. Tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and have our AMA at a much earlier time. So be prepared, guys. I'm thinking we'll figure it out at some point later today or early tomorrow. But right now I'm feeling like 7, 8 around then. Let's try something early, for people to hop on.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. All right.
All right, everyone. Have a great night.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks. Bye.